Welcome to my channel. This story is taken from Reddit. Thanks to 6M for sharing her story. Let's start off. This is my first ever post. I've been debating about posting this for a few days, since there is some media coverage, but I decided I'm not at risk anyways. This happened around June last year. I had been working at this grocery shop for over a year as a cashier and become friends with a few of the people I worked with. I was often put on the night shift, finishing at 11 p.m. if I remember correctly. So it was usually me, another cashier, and about 5 night fill people who restock shelves and whatnot. On this night, one of the night fill people working was P, a charismatic early 20s student, who was super nice to everyone in the store. And sometimes hung around the counter talking to me and the other cashier for a bit, when it wasn't busy. Nothing strange about him, I actually liked it when he was working, because time passed quicker when I had someone to talk to. Little did I know, at around 9 p.m. I went on my break. The office break room was downstairs and the staff bathroom was next to it. While I was having a snack, P came in and we had a short conversation. I think we were just talking about what we did outside of work and whatever. He left, and after finishing what I was eating, I went to the bathroom. The staff bathroom was just a single room, no stalls, with lockers at the back, where we put our things, a toilet next to them and a sink. As soon as I walked in, I noticed an open locker at the very bottom next to the toilet, with a bunch of someone's things in it. I remember very clearly noticing it, because I saw a pack of cigarettes, and I really wanted to take one. Because I was a smoker, who didn't buy her own cigarettes at the time. I sat on the toilet to do my thing, while still looking at the locker. I noticed there was an iPhone face down, propped at an angle with a jumper. And instantly Kill Bill sirens started going off in my head. I ignored it for a bit, and just closed the locker door. I finished doing my thing, and just started pacing around the bathroom. I knew this was dodgy because firstly, why would anyone put their things in the bottom locker next to the toilet, which is probably the filthiest place to put them? Secondly, even though most people didn't have locks on their lockers, who would leave the locker wide open? With their phone in plain sight? I kept thinking for a few minutes, trying to figure out if I should pick up the phone and check that I wasn't being recorded. At the time I was thinking, but if I'm not, that would be so disrespectful. But I also didn't want to find out that I was in fact being recorded in the toilet. Finally I snapped out of it, and realized I had literally nothing to lose if I just grabbed the phone and checked. And sure enough, there it was. The moment I grabbed the phone and looked at the screen, a video stopped recording. In front of me was a home screen with all the usual iPhone apps, and amongst them was one called Hidden Camera or something along those lines. A photo of P as the background. I absolutely lost my shit. I opened the app, and on it there were so many videos. I scrolled through it to find the most recent one, and started watching it. The video starts with P putting his phone down and propping it up on his jumper to make sure the back camera is facing the toilet. At this point I'm pretty sure I was crying and shaking from how fucked up the whole thing was. I then fast forward to the last few minutes. The video was about 10 to 15 minutes long, and I see myself going into the bathroom, pulling my pants down and sitting down, all the while looking at the locker and then closing the locker door. This whole time I was trying to convince myself that this wasn't actually happening. But that was all the proof I needed. I sat down on the toilet and kept crying, not knowing what to do. I then started messaging my friend group chat, obviously distressed and trying to explain as quickly as I could. I wasn't sure if this was something that required me calling the cops, but I think one of my friends finally told me to call them, so I did. I tried to explain what happened quietly. I was really scared that P had figured out something was wrong in the toilet and was going to try to get in, and also scared that the cops wouldn't help, since I wasn't really in physical danger, even though this was definitely very illegal. I just felt violated, but like it was somehow my fault. Like I was in the wrong for having checked the phone in the first place. I was told to wait in the bathroom until the police came. I waited for about 40 minutes just crying and shaking and messaging my friends. Then I heard a knock at the door, and they told me it was the police. I let them in and they closed the door. Behind them was P, looking like a scared dog. I told them what happened, they looked at the phone, gathered all the evidence, arrested P, and took me to the police station to take my statement. I knew he had been released on bail until his court case, and he wasn't allowed near me or my workplace, but I was terrified that I would run into him, and that he would try to hurt me. Thankfully, this never happened. The police kept in contact with me, and let me know that they had found hundreds of upskirt pictures, and staff bathroom videos. P was charged with several offenses and sentenced to 10 months in jail and then later deported since he was here on a student visa. So anyways, today I'm happy to say, gross creep, we probably won't meet. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Don't forget to also press the bell icon button for notifications. Thanks.